Hello, my love. Today I want to sit with you and talk about something that will transform the way you experience life. The sacred decision to protect your peace instead of reacting to every disturbance around you. You have spent so much of your life responding to things that did not deserve a moment of your precious energy, allowing someone else's chaos to become your emotional storm. And I want to gently tell you, your heart has paid a high price for situations that did not deserve you. When you begin to understand your worth, you realize that not everything requires your involvement, not every battle requires your presence, and not every attack deserves a response. When you choose not to react, you are not suppressing yourself. You are finally honoring yourself. Because peaceful self-respect is far more powerful than loud self-defense. You are learning that breathing deeply is stronger than shouting loudly. You are choosing calm because you finally understand that calmness is where your wisdom lives, where your soul rests, and where your true power rises. There was a time when you believed that silence meant weakness. But now you are discovering that silence is one of the highest forms of self-control. Silence shows that you can master your emotions, not be mastered by them. Silence tells the world, I know who I am, and I do not need your approval to stay centered. Reacting quickly often comes from fear. Fear of being misunderstood, fear of being disrespected, fear of losing control. But silence comes from trust. Trust in your worth, trust in your path, trust in the truth that always rises without you forcing it. You no longer need to rush into an argument to protect your reputation. You no longer need to justify your choices to protect your dignity. You no longer need to match someone's aggression just to feel safe. When you remain calm, you are letting your peace become your shield and your dignity become your voice. You do not owe anyone an explanation for protecting your heart. You do not owe anyone a response just to keep the conversation alive. You do not owe anyone access to the parts of you that you have worked so hard to heal. My dear, the moment you explain yourself to those who are committed to misunderstanding you, you abandon the quiet truth inside your soul. You do not need to defend who you are when you finally believe in who you are. Not everyone deserves to know your reasons. Not everyone has earned the privilege of your vulnerability. Some people want you to react because it gives them importance. Some want you to argue because it gives them control. But you are learning to step away because you are no longer willing to hand your power to those who only want to drain it. Walking away silently is one of the most loving acts you can give yourself. It says, I refuse to stay where my spirit is shrinking. It says, I choose myself before choosing the comfort of others. It says, I will no longer sacrifice my mental health for the sake of being understood. Quietly leaving a harmful situation is not coldness. It is clarity. You are not rejecting others when you walk away. You are finally accepting yourself. You are not disappearing. You are protecting your light. You are not giving up. You are growing up. There is profound strength in refusing to engage with what depletes your soul. There is grace in stepping back from conversations designed to wound you. There is wisdom in realizing that sometimes silence will teach others what your words never could. The less you react, the more you notice, the more you breathe, the more you see. The quieter you become, the more clearly truth reveals itself. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting people's behavior back to them without you needing to explain a single thing. You begin to recognize who values your peace and who only values the attention you give them. Your heart becomes an expert in identifying who deserves to stay and who needs to go. And you realize that what walks away when you protect your peace was never aligned with your highest good. There is freedom in no longer chasing clarity from places that refuse to be clear. There is liberation in knowing you don't have to fight to be respected by those who love you properly. Let us pause here together, hand on heart. A deep, slow inhale, a soft, gentle exhale, and whisper with me, I choose peace over reacting. My peace matters more than their opinion. Feel how your body softens as you speak truth into your nervous system. You are retraining your heart to trust stillness. You are teaching your mind that not every sound deserves a place in your inner world. You are remembering that you have complete permission to walk away from noise without apology, without guilt, without delay. You are stepping into a version of yourself who does not answer every call that drains you, who does not chase every misunderstanding that breaks you, who does not stay in every room that disrespects you. This version of you understands that what is meant for you will not require you to betray yourself to keep it. When your peace becomes your priority, you begin to see clearly who truly cares, who truly supports, and who truly belongs. And the beauty is, life becomes softer. When you stop reacting, life stops attacking. When you stop fighting, life stops pushing. When you stop forcing, life starts flowing. My love, this is a beginning, not an ending. The moment you decide to stop reacting is the moment the universe begins rearranging things in your favor. You are entering a season where calm attracts miracles, where silence builds new realities, where peace becomes the path that leads you to everything you have been praying for. You no longer have to prove yourself. You no longer have to defend your existence. You no longer have to earn the right to be respected. You already are enough. You already are worthy. You already are allowed to walk away. And now that you have claimed your peace, you are ready for the next shift. When you stop reacting, the universe responds for you. There was a time in my life when I would give every piece of myself away just to avoid disappointing others. And every time someone brought chaos into my space, I reacted as if their urgency was my responsibility. I didn't know that I had the right to protect my inner world, that my peace could be sacred, and that I didn't have to allow every energy to enter my heart. But healing taught me something powerful. Peace isn't something you stumble upon. Peace is something you protect. Every morning, every choice, every conversation is a chance to declare, my peace matters first. You do not have to let people drain you in the name of love. You do not have to entertain noise just because it is loud. You do not have to let someone else's insecurity become your emotional emergency. When you wake up and decide that your peace is more important than convincing anyone of anything, you are already winning. When you choose silence instead of entering battles that diminish you, you are already healing. And when you walk away from situations that disrupt your well-being, you are already saying to the universe, I am worth protecting, and I will never again abandon myself. That is what loving yourself looks like in action. Not only words, but boundaries built from deep self-respect. You deserve to live a life where not everything gets a response from you. You deserve to feel so grounded that even when someone tries to provoke you, you remain rooted in calmness instead of being pulled into drama. When you do not react, you are not losing, you are leading. You are signaling to life, I refuse to let negativity manage my emotions. Anyone can shout, Anyone can argue, anyone can be triggered, but not everyone can pause, breathe, and remember their power. Your non-reaction is not indifference. It is intelligence. It is emotional maturity. It is the wisdom to recognize when something is not worth your energy. Let people think they have won because you chose not to engage. Let them think your silence is weakness. You know the truth. Your peace is too expensive to spend on meaningless reactions, and you will notice that the more you master non-reaction, the less chaos will enter your life, because chaos only survives where it is fed. Boundaries are a love language, and the first person you need to speak that language to is yourself. A boundary is not a wall that keeps everyone out. It is a door that only opens for those who deserve to enter. When you set boundaries, you are not being difficult. You are being responsible with your energy. You are saying, I choose relationships that honor me. You are saying, I no longer negotiate with disrespect. You are saying, I will not apologize for protecting my heart. There will be people who call you selfish because they benefited from your lack of boundaries. There will be people who accuse you of changing because they can no longer take advantage of you. But the more you grow, the more you will understand that not everyone is meant to stay close. A boundary is the moment you stop giving discounts on your worth. A boundary is the moment you teach others how to treat you, not through lectures, but through consistent self-respect. And when you begin honoring your limits, you teach your inner child that she is finally safe with you. One of the most freeing shifts you will ever make is redirecting your focus back to yourself. Instead of asking, what do they think of me? You begin asking, how does this feel in my soul? Instead of wondering whether others approve, you ask whether you approve. You do not need to please people who are determined to misunderstand you. You do not need to exhaust yourself trying to earn love from those who see your heart, yet choose to ignore it. You are allowed to prioritize your healing without seeking permission. You are allowed to choose a peaceful life, even if others prefer chaos. Healing requires you to take your attention away from how others behave and place that attention on how you respond to yourself. Every thought you give attention to grows. Every emotion you feed becomes stronger. So ask gently each day, does this nourish me or does this drain me? Let that question guide your decisions. Let that question shape your days. Let that question decide who gets access to you. You are investing in your future when you invest in your peace. You are building a life of dignity when you decide that your well-being matters more than anyone's expectations. Imagine making choices today that your future self will thank you for. Imagine no longer reacting to every disturbance, no longer sacrificing your sanity just to keep the peace outside while losing the peace inside. Imagine waking up and realizing that the most valuable thing you own is your energy, and you choose to spend it wisely. That is the reality you are stepping into. A life where peace is not accidental but intentional. A life where you respond from love instead of fear. A life where you walk away not because you don't care, but because you care about yourself too much to stay where your soul is shrinking. When you choose yourself, your whole universe shifts. People who are meant for you will respect your boundaries. People who love you will love your peace. People who belong in your life will rise to meet you. And those who cannot meet you where you are growing will simply fade away. Not because you pushed them, but because you outgrew the version of yourself who needed them. You are learning to live in a way that honors the truth of who you are. You are learning to make decisions that protect your heart and elevate your spirit. You are learning that silence is a reply, that distance is direction, and that walking away is wisdom. You are not here to save everyone. You are not here to react to everything. You are here to love yourself into wholeness. Every time you protect your peace, you are rewriting a story that once said you had to tolerate mistreatment. Every time you choose calmness, you are healing a wound that once demanded loud defense. Every moment of non-reaction is a moment of self-elevation. Let this be your new standard. If it costs me my peace, it is no longer welcome in my life. Let this be the way you move forward, softly, firmly, gracefully, and always in devotion to your own soul. And now, my love, as we continue this journey together, I want you to pause and truly feel what is changing in you. You are becoming the kind of person who knows how to protect what matters. You are becoming someone who no longer sacrifices themselves just to be understood. You are becoming someone whose silence is intentional, whose peace is guarded, and whose life is guided by inner confidence instead of outer approval. This transformation is just beginning, and soon you will discover how letting go of reaction creates space for the universe to respond on your behalf. Because when you stop reacting, life begins arranging. When you stop fighting, life begins flowing. And when you stop allowing others to disturb your inner world, miracles finally find their way in. Perhaps you've noticed how often I've used the word peace today. It is because peace is not something you find. Peace is someone you become. When you truly honor your peace, everything in your life begins to shift. There will be people who notice that you are no longer reacting the way you used to. There will be situations that once consumed your entire mind and now barely touch your nervous system. And in that transformation, there is a moment of revelation. Silence makes the wrong people leave. When you are no longer feeding conversations that harm you, those conversations die. When you no longer chase attention, those who only valued access disappear. When you stop justifying your boundaries, those who benefited from your lack of them fade away. And my dear, this is not a loss. This is alignment. What stays when you are silent is meant to stay. What leaves when you stop reacting is meant to leave. You do not have to fight for a place in anyone's life. You do not have to beg for respect from those who refuse to offer it. You do not have to tolerate what hurts your heart just to keep a relationship alive. Love that is real does not require self-abandonment. People who value your peace will never demand you sacrifice it. People who deserve your presence will not punish you for protecting your energy. You can breathe into the truth that silence is not empty. It is clarity. And sometimes your growth will make others uncomfortable. You will notice the shift. The same attitude you once apologized for is now a boundary you confidently uphold. The same self you once feared to express is now the version you refuse to shrink. You are becoming a person who no longer betrays yourself to be liked. And anyone who benefited from your insecurity may resent your evolution. But that is not your problem to solve. You do not need to make yourself smaller so others can feel bigger. You do not need to dim your light so others won't complain it is too bright. You do not need to slow your progress so others won't feel left behind. You are not responsible for someone else's comfort at the expense of your joy. If someone loses you because you finally love yourself, they never deserved a place in your healed life. Let people adjust to the new you or let them exit. Your transformation is not an insult. Your elevation is not an attack. You are simply choosing to bloom, and those who wanted you planted will not celebrate that. So celebrate yourself. Celebrate your courage to grow, even when others preferred the version of you who didn't know how to say no. Celebrate your rising standards because they are proof of your healing. The people who belong with you in this next chapter will applaud your wings, not your wounds. Let energy speak for you now. You no longer need to shout your worth for it to be known. Worth reveals itself in silence. You no longer need to argue your truth for it to be real. Truth stands when everything else falls. You no longer need to defend your character to those who choose misunderstanding. People with clear hearts recognize clear hearts. Those who are aligned with you will feel your growth without you announcing it. Those who love you will understand without being convinced. And those who are triggered by your peace will remove themselves because they can no longer pull you into the old patterns you've outgrown. When you upgrade your energy, your life upgrades with it. New relationships feel calm. New opportunities feel natural. And anything chaotic will feel instantly wrong. Notice who you become when you're not reacting. Notice how much mental space returns when you stop explaining. Notice how light your body feels when you stop absorbing everyone else's emotions. You do not need to solve their problems. You do not need to carry their projections. You do not need to engage in battles that drain your spirit. You can sit in the stillness of your soul and allow your energy to do the talking. This silence, this pause, this decision to walk away from noise, it creates emotional space for healing. When you stop drowning in reactions, you finally hear the messages from within. Healing cannot happen in chaos. Healing happens in awareness. Healing happens when you withdraw your attention from what wounds you and offer it to what restores you. When you create space, your mind begins to organize what your heart has been trying to say. You finally notice the weight you were carrying, the tension you normalized, the exhaustion you brushed aside. And in that noticing, healing begins. You start recognizing what feels safe and what feels suffocating. You start remembering who you were before you were shaped by survival. You start choosing rest instead of rushing. You start valuing the quiet moments where your nervous system exhales. This is not selfish. This is necessary. You are allowed to move slowly now. You are allowed to choose softness instead of struggle. You are allowed to create a life that does not require you to recover from it every night. Emotional space is oxygen for the soul. You deserve to breathe. Let us take a moment here together. Place your hand on your heart. Feel the warmth. Feel the rhythm that has protected you every day of your life without asking for anything in return. And say softly in your mind, I choose me. I choose peace. I choose quiet growth. As you affirm this truth, notice how your body responds. Notice how your shoulders lower. Notice how your breath deepens. Notice how your heart whispers, thank you for finally listening. Every gentle decision you make to protect your peace sends a message to the universe. I am ready for a life that feels like love. And the universe always answers bold declarations of self-worth. You are stepping into a new relationship with yourself. You are giving yourself permission to no longer tolerate what drains your light. You are choosing peace so deeply that anything loud and harmful cannot survive in your presence anymore. And that is power, quiet power, unshakable power, divine power. You are not losing anything by choosing silence. You are gaining yourself. You are gaining clarity. You are gaining dignity. You are gaining future blessings that require space to arrive. And what a beautiful life it will be when your peace is your first language and your boundaries are your daily practice. There will come a day when you look back and say, "Thank God I walked away." Not because you hate anyone, not because you are angry, but because you finally love yourself too much to stay where you kept shrinking. And that moment, that realization, will be the day everything in your life begins to fall into place. So remember, my dear, silence is a filter. Those who cannot meet you in peace will reveal themselves through their discomfort. Growth is a test. Those who cannot celebrate your expansion were never aligned with your destiny. Energy is protection. Those who do not resonate with your heart will fall away effortlessly. Emotional space is a gift. Those who are meant to stay will enter it with gentle hands. And you, yes you, are becoming the version of yourself that life has been waiting for. Breathe into that truth. Trust that truth. Let that truth guide you into the next chapter. I'm not a healer, but I have learned that when a person chooses peace over reaction, their entire life begins to heal itself. You do not need to fix everything. You do not need to resolve every misunderstanding. You do not need to convince anyone to value you. Your only job is to return to yourself. When you protect your peace in the morning, the world responds differently to you. When you remind your heart before your mind wakes fully, "My peace comes first today," you set the tone for the day. You are telling your inner child, "I will keep you safe." You are reminding your nervous system, "We are not here to fight." And that simple, sacred moment begins to shape the hours that follow. You are placing your hand on your heart not to perform a ritual, but to remember that your heart is where truth lives. You have every right to begin your day with gentleness, not alarms of urgency. And then, throughout the day, your breath becomes your boundary. When someone disrespects you or when a situation pulls at your calm, instead of reacting, you breathe. In with, "I deserve respect." Out with, "I release what drains me." Breath becomes a bridge between your triggers and your healing. Every exhale lets go of the old pattern that once pushed you to explain yourself quickly. Every inhale strengthens the new belief that your peace is worth protecting. When you use your breath instead of your voice, you are rewriting the code of your energy. You are inspiring your mind to pause, to choose clarity over chaos, to choose dignity over drama. And when the day has given you too much to hold, paper becomes the release. Writing is a private freedom. You can write everything you wish you could say, but choose not to, because your peace matters more. And the moment you burn that paper, you are sending the message, "This no longer owns my mind." You are not suppressing, you are releasing. You are letting fire do the purification that your heart deserves. Forgiveness is the medicine that frees your soul from the weight of what happened. Forgiving quietly does not mean you invite someone back into your life. It means you finally free yourself from the prison of resentment. You stop carrying the memory of pain like it is proof you survived. You stop replaying past conversations, trying to understand why someone hurt you. You stop making your healing dependent on their apology. Forgiveness is never for the other person. It is for the part of you that needs to breathe again. It is for the part of you that deserves to feel light again. When you forgive quietly, you walk forward loudly, not in volume, but in presence. Your peace becomes visible. Your aura expands. The world sees a person no longer held hostage by what broke them. And the most beautiful thing happens. The past loses its power. Where there was once a wound, there is now wisdom. When you protect your peace, the universe takes notice, because peace is a declaration of self-worth. Peace is a statement of identity. Peace is a signal that you have decided to no longer argue with life. You are now aligned with life. The more you choose peace, the more the universe says, they are ready now. Ready for new doors, ready for better relationships, ready for divine timing to unfold. Silence is not inaction. Silence is collaboration with the universe. You step back so life can step forward. You release so better can arrive. You let go so your hands are open to receive. The wrong people will leave because they cannot survive in the environment of peace. The right people will arrive because your peace feels like home. You are not losing, you are making room. You are not failing, you are finally choosing correctly. Let us speak truth into your energy now. Let us affirm what your soul already knows. My peace is my power. Feel how strong that sounds. Feel how empowering that is. Again, I release what no longer serves me. Notice how your chest expands a little more each time you claim that. And one more, I am walking into a life that feels like love. This is not wishful thinking. This is creation. Every affirmation is a seed planted in the garden of your future. And with repetition, seeds become roots. Roots become truth. Truth becomes your reality. Where once there was stress, there will be serenity. Where once there was chaos, there will be clarity. Where once there was noise, there will be nurturing silence. You are stepping into a new chapter, a chapter where calmness is evidence of your strength, silence is evidence of your wisdom, boundaries are evidence of your healing, and walking away is evidence of your evolution. You are no longer responding to life from old wounds. You are choosing what aligns with the highest version of yourself. And that version of you, the peaceful one, the dignified one, the self-loving one, is the version life has been waiting for all along. So trust this transformation. Trust this quiet power rising in you. Trust that every time you choose peace, your path becomes more aligned with your purpose. My darling, you are not here to survive chaos. You are here to create harmony. You are not here to prove your worth. You are here to live it. You are not here to react. You are here to rise. And life will match that energy. Life will honor your boundaries. Life will send people who cherish your peace, not challenge it. Life will guide you to places where your heart can rest. Let this be your new reality. A life that feels safe inside your own mind. A life that feels gentle inside your own body. A life that feels like love inside your own soul. All is well. All is aligned. All is becoming peaceful. And you, yes you, are worthy of every drop of that peace. I am worthy of unconditional love. I choose to treat myself with deep kindness. I allow healing energy to flow through me. I honor my feelings with compassion. I trust the wisdom of my heart. I release old pain with grace. I welcome peace into my life. I am safe to be my true self. I embrace healing in every moment. I speak to myself with softness. I am growing in love every day. I deserve gentle care. I open my heart to forgiveness. I am grateful for my inner strength. I allow myself to rest without guilt. I choose thoughts that uplift me. I celebrate my unique journey. I lovingly release what no longer serves me. I am worthy of new beginnings. I welcome harmony into my mind and body. I trust the process of my healing. I am patient with my transformation. I allow love to guide my choices. I accept myself exactly as I am. I am proud of how far I have come. I nurture my spirit with love. I choose to let go of self-doubt. I am deserving of peace. I honor my truth with confidence. I embrace all parts of myself. I choose joy as my daily companion. I trust that I am enough. I lovingly support my own growth. I am safe to expand into my full potential. I am grateful for every step forward. I allow my heart to open wider each day. I release fear with compassion. I choose healing over worry. I welcome clarity into my thoughts. I am surrounded by loving energy. I deserve kindness from myself. I appreciate my mind, body, and soul. I am free to create a life I love. I choose to see myself with loving eyes. I am worthy of tenderness. I forgive myself for past misunderstandings. I trust that better days are coming. I am open to receiving emotional healing. I honor my inner child with love. I breathe in peace and exhale tension. I allow myself to feel whole again. I choose calm in all situations. I am grateful for my resilience. I love the person I am becoming. I invite softness into my life. I release negative self-talk. I am worthy of all the goodness in the world. I allow myself to shine. I am supported by the universe. I care for my body with respect. I choose love over fear. I honor my boundaries with courage. I am healing at the perfect pace. I trust my inner wisdom completely. I welcome balance into my life. I am at peace with my past. I am learning to trust myself more. I allow blessings to enter my life. I'm proud of my inner strength. I deserve to feel happy. I choose to think thoughts that heal me. I open my heart to hope. I am a source of love and light. I embrace the beauty within me. I let go of what no longer aligns with my highest good. I deserve rest and renewal. I trust that life supports me. I am worthy of emotional freedom. I choose to uplift myself daily. I accept healing with gratitude. I release comparison and embrace my uniqueness. I honor my soul's journey. I welcome positive transformation. I speak my truth with love. I choose to focus on inner peace. I trust my ability to grow. I forgive myself with compassion. I am grateful for every moment of healing. I allow miracles into my life. I choose courage in every step. I embrace the lessons life offers me. I am safe to express my emotions. I deserve love in abundance. I honor my needs without fear. I accept myself fully. I choose to rise above old limitations. I welcome joy into my heart. I treat myself with gentleness. I allow healing to wash over me. I am open to receiving love from within. I am proud of my progress. I trust that life is working in my favor. I release tension and welcome ease. I deserve a peaceful mind. I choose to nurture my inner world. I allow myself to feel worthy. I embrace all the love available to me. I am connected to divine healing energy. I honor my capacity to heal. I choose clarity over confusion. I release self-criticism with love. I welcome inner harmony. I trust my voice and my vision. I deserve to be celebrated. I embrace serenity as my natural state. I choose compassion for myself daily. I allow myself to be whole. I am worthy of a beautiful life. I release all inner resistance. I choose to show up with love. I am healing deeply with every breath. I trust the unfolding of my life. I honor the light within me. I choose to believe in myself. I accept love with an open heart. I am worthy of endless compassion. I embrace healing in every cell of my being. I allow joy to return to me gently. I trust my journey with confidence. I am a loving presence in my own life. I deserve complete healing. I am worthy of unconditional love. I choose to treat myself with deep kindness. I allow healing energy to flow through me. I honor my feelings with compassion. I trust the wisdom of my heart. I release old pain with grace. I welcome peace into my life. I am safe to be my true self. I embrace healing in every moment. I speak to myself with softness. I am growing in love every day. I deserve gentle care. I open my heart to forgiveness. I am grateful for my inner strength. I allow myself to rest without guilt. I choose thoughts that uplift me. I celebrate my unique journey. I lovingly release what no longer serves me. I am worthy of new beginnings. I welcome harmony into my mind and body. I trust the process of my healing. I am patient with my transformation. I allow love to guide my choices. I accept myself exactly as I am. I am proud of how far I have come. I nurture my spirit with love. I choose to let go of self-doubt. I am deserving of peace. I honor my truth with confidence. I embrace all parts of myself. I choose joy as my daily companion. I trust that I am enough. I lovingly support my own growth. I am safe to expand into my full potential. I am grateful for every step forward. I allow my heart to open wider each day. I release fear with compassion. I choose healing over worry. I welcome clarity into my thoughts. I am surrounded by loving energy. I deserve kindness from myself. I appreciate my mind, body, and soul. I am free to create a life I love. I choose to see myself with loving eyes. I am worthy of tenderness. I forgive myself for past misunderstandings. I trust that better days are coming. I am open to receiving emotional healing. I honor my inner child with love. I breathe in peace and exhale tension. I allow myself to feel whole again. I choose calm in all situations. I am grateful for my resilience. I love the person I am becoming. I invite softness into my life. I release negative self-talk. I am worthy of all the goodness in the world.